everybody? It's your main girl Mel here. If you don't know who I am, I'm a hair specialist and I am your curly hair mentor. Now, if you are new here to this channel, welcome. And if you're new to wearing your hair naturally, wavy, curly, or coily, you could very well be struggling with frizz. My worst nightmare. I mean, is this a nightmare? Or is this just a dream? Frizz is not a bad thing. It's only natural, even in the healthiest of hairs. Unless it's the bad frizz. Unhealthy frizz that is caused by damage, which leads to dryness, which then causes frizz and is most likely being improperly treated. Yeah, well, we don't always see my hairs like this, but now as my hair is untreated and with no product in it, you can really see the damage, the dryness, and what the lack of product can look like. Now I have got this under control when I do my hair because I understand where my frizz is coming from. So in this video, I want to help you understand what the difference between healthy frizz and unhealthy frizz is, so you can identify the differences and therefore understand how to treat it so you can manage it and get it all under control, and with that achieve the look that you are striving for. And I'm really excited to share that this video is in partnership with Sephora to share with you Sephora's Hair Care Finder, which is a really easy quiz on their website that helps you find the products that you need for your hair type. I myself took the quiz, and stay tuned, I'm going to share with you guys which products it recommended for my hair, and I'll let you know if it really does work. We're going to use them right now. So we're going to begin this journey to healthier, more defined curls by tackling the biggest culprit, damage. Hair damage is a major culprit of frizz. Now, I myself have damaged hair, which causes my hair to be dry, which creates frizz. So here's what you need to know if you're not sure if your hair is dry because it's damaged or it's just dry, or you know how to diagnose your hair. First, let's talk about how it looks. Frizzy damaged hair will have undefined curl patterns, as in it makes it hard to figure out what the curl pattern is. For example, this curl, this little hair right here, these pieces are never my friend. The hairs around our face tend to be a finer texture, which means they're more fragile and already more prone to damage and breakage. Now, the reason my hair is damaged is because, I guess the cat's out of the bag. I'm not a natural blonde. Oh my God. I know, I'm just a fraud. And this bleaching that I do to get my hair this color affects my curl pattern. So this unhealthy frizz that I'm looking at, the undefined waves and curls, limp hair that just doesn't really bounce back, hollow, thinning ends that are breaking off, and overall dull looking hair is all very good signs that my hair is damaged. Now, I mentioned that I do bleach my hair, but that's not the only cause for hair damage. You can bet that your hair is damaged to some degree if you color treat your hair, again, bleach your hair, if you have hard water, if you are a swimmer and you wet your hair, or if you wash your hair every day, even if you leave your hair unprotected in the sun, or you apply heat to style, of course. Heat damage. You name it! If you do any of these things, you can bet that there is some form of damage to your hair. Now, did you get all that? I do have a few more tell-all signs for you if your hair is a very high porosity. Having a high porosity can be natural to your hair. Your hair can grow out of your scalp high porosity, especially if you have curly hair. It just is the way that it is, but this means that your hair is more prone to structural damage and a flailing cuticle that is just breaking off and becoming weaker and weaker the more we live with our hair. So having high porosity hair, even if you don't intentionally do anything that's causing damage, there is still damage being done, even just by the environmental factors of being out in the wild. How do we actually repair damage? Is it possible? I have good news. Yes, there are two ways that you can actually repair damage that has been done to the hair. Now, the first one would be a stainless steel treatment. Yes, the only way to truly fix these splitting ends is to cut them off. Now, I personally trim my ends every 3 months or so. On average, it really depends. The more I color my hair, the more I cut it. But as I am not coloring it as often, as we can tell, I don't have to cut my hair as often, which is a plus, right? But in between my color sessions and my haircuts, I do use treatments. Now, this is option number two. Option number two. doesn't involve a haircut, okay? Let's relax. Now, there are many products out there that work to mask the damage that has already been done. It works to protect the hair strand from further damage, but one of the only products to actually repair structural damage that has been done to your hair is the one, the only, Bond the Builder Olaplex. This right here. I've been using Olaplex forever. And sure enough, when I went on Sephora.com and I went to Sephora's hair care finder, I took their little quiz. I selected that damage was my hair's concern. This was the suggested solution for me. Now, Olaplex is the best of the best. I have been using it on myself for years. I have used it in salon on clients, through color treatments at home, in between treatments. I cannot recommend it enough, especially for severely damaged hair and color treated hair. And I am very familiar with the OG number 3. Now this is a little mini. It's cute. I'm going to take this when I travel, but not without its new best friend, Olaplex number 0. Whoa. Now the Olaplex number 0 works in tangent with the number 3. They are a pair. Now together, they have been proven to reduce breakage by up to 68%. Now that's a good amount for me. And I want you to take one last good look at my hair before I apply this, because from here on out, we're repairing this hair and solving this frizzy situation. And unfortunately, damage is not just my problem. So we're also going to be talking about dryness and a solution for dryness, and then our typical frizz that really just comes from improper product usage. So we're gonna get to all that in a moment. Make sure you stay tuned. But I wanna show you how to properly use these Olaplex products. So if you are looking to repair any damaged hair that you have, you make sure that you are doing it properly to get the most effectiveness out of these. So when you are using this product, you wanna go on somewhat clean hair. You don't want your hair to have a lot of buildup. Again, this is my naked hair right now. I am going to section it so I have control and so I can thoroughly saturate the hair, because that's what you're going to do. You're not soaking the hair in the number 0, but you do want to make sure that it is nice and damp when you are applying this to your hair. You want to apply from root to tip, especially focusing on your most damaged areas. I'm mostly starting where my hair is blonde. And because this is so liquidy, I am making sure that I cup my hand behind each section to make sure that I'm catching anything and it's not going all over the place. But I actually find that it's not as messy as it may look. See? Just like this, it's saturated, not soaking, but saturated. I really make sure that I do kind of massage it through my hair, almost starting to detangle my hair a little bit as well with it, just making sure that it gets into every nook and curly. Now for my hair, I get about 4 treatments out of the number 0 bottle. And I use it as often as needed, and that's what I recommend you do. This is a treatment, so it's gonna take some time. After I've applied this to my hair, I'm gonna let this sit on for 10 minutes, and then I will be applying number 3. Now you might be asking, why do you also need number 3? Number 0 is helping to prepare your strands for deeper penetration of the number 3. It's so you're getting the most out of your number 3 treatment that we all know and love. It's been around forever. It's the go-to. It's the OG. Now, if you don't have a number 3 already at home, I do like that this little kit from Sephora does come with a little sample version of the number 3. I, of course, have my number 3 with me at all times. Also, I do find that with using the number 0, I don't have to use as much of the number 3. Because my hair is already saturated, it's not so dry, it doesn't just suck up the number 3, it's much easier to disperse in my hair. And now that both products are in, I'm gonna let this sit on for another 10 minutes overall, at least. If you want to leave it in a little longer, this stuff actually doesn't hurt to leave in your hair a little bit longer. You don't have to worry about protein overload. So whenever you're ready, you want to shampoo as usual and condition your hair, because do not mistake these for a conditioner. They're not going to hydrate the hair. They are strengthening the hair. They're a pre-shampoo treatment. So I'm going to go ahead and wash them out, and then we're going to focus on the dryness. The dryness that causes the bad frizz, the unhealthy frizz, the frizz that just won't fuzz off. Yes, I know we're going to talk about dryness as my hair is very wet. But if we analyze how my hair looked before I washed it, my hair wasn't just frizzy and dull looking, but when you felt my hair, it was, I would almost compare it a little bit to a Brillo pad. And that's the thing, dryness is often a feeling. It's almost like, you know, when your face is dry, it feels really tight, it can be very irritated, but from the looks of it, it looks dull. Same thing with your hair. From the looks of it, it looks dull. You're gonna be lacking definition, and your curl pattern is going to look fuzzed, as opposed to, you know, when the hair, especially waves, curls, and coils, when they are hydrated, they tend to clump together in their little curl families. This doesn't really happen if the hair is really dry. Now, additionally to that really rough feeling, the hair may even feel crispy. And if you were to pull on it and play with it and manipulate it in any way while it is dry, this can lead to breakage as well. You see, hair doesn't only break if it is damaged, it can also break if it is dry. Now, it can be dry and damaged, or it can just be extremely dehydrated, and it's really important to make sure that we are conditioning our hair. A leave-in conditioner is a step that a lot of people skip out on, but it really holds so much importance in the health of our hair and maintaining the hair's hydration. I mean, look at me right now, right? My hair is freshly washed, I conditioned it, it looks really nice and supple and hydrated. But going back to my history and what my hair has been through, because it's damaged from color, because it is high porosity, the moisture that's in my hair now will evaporate if I don't do anything to keep it in. So I want to fortify that moisture. I want to make sure that I'm layering moisture over top of my hair, which is exactly what a leave-in conditioner will do. Now, if you don't believe me, you can go ahead on Sephora.com. If you were to take the quiz, Sephora's Hair Care Finder, select dryness as your concern as I did, you may be suggested to use this leave-in conditioner from Moroccanoil. This is the all-in-one leave-in conditioner from Moroccanoil. Now, I do really like this leave-in conditioner because it's not just for curly hair. Any hairs I can use it, even very fine hair, because if you look at the texture, it is a very light, milky texture. And okay, I'm not just gonna waste that, so we'll just apply that to my hair. Anytime you're using a leave-in conditioner in general, you want to be focusing on the ends. Now, this product does say hydration on the front of the bottle, but it is fortifying as well. It does have some proteins in it. So on top of the hydration and softness it adds to the hair, and it really does keep the hair hydrated. Like it says 72 hours, and my hair stays soft for days when I use this. But it's also offering protection from further damage because of those protein ingredients, which will help to prevent against any more damage, any split ends. Plus, it helps to reduce static, and it is thermal protection as well. So if you like to heat style, as I do, I like to diffuse my hair. I don't have to worry when I prep my hair, start my styling process with a leave-in conditioner like this one. So I make sure I give myself a couple sprays on each side. My hair is still nice and wet. If I bring it out, it is dripping. And now that I've applied a couple sprays of this, my hair already feels softer. It's much easier to work through. Call me crazy, but I feel like it looks really shiny. And if I take a brush to my hair, see this section now? See how the curls are coming together? This is like one big happy family. This happens when the hair is conditioned and hydrated. And the next step, the last step we're gonna get to, is arguably the most important. I don't know, they're all so important. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some styling products to my hair, define my curls, and I'll be right back. Now, this last section we're about to tackle is arguably the most important because nearly anyone with textured hair deals with this type of frizz. And this isn't necessarily bad frizz, but it is frizz that can be avoided. And it is often caused by improper product usage. So for example, frizz from improper product usage can look like this little section right here. You can see from the root to the tip is a very stringy, scattered type of curl. This is what I would consider wet frizz because it's already frizzy while it's wet. So if I were to leave this, it's gonna be frizzy when it dries. This is why it's really important to be very thorough in the styling process. When you see sections of hair like this, it's usually just a sign that the hair needs more water. So I'll show you. I just wet my hand and I'm going to simply smooth some water over this section. And you can already see it starting to clump and form together better. But it's still not perfect. If you take a look at my root section, this will dry pretty fluffy as well. And I know a lot of people out there struggle with fluffy roots and frizzy roots. And all around my head, I don't really worry about it because it gives volume at the roots. But especially around my hairline and around my parting, ways that I like to define this so that it dries nicely and I don't have as much frizz is either by finger coiling it. So watch, if I pull this section and then retract it, you can see the root of each family of curls. I see 3 curls in this one section. I don't know about you, But I'm definitely going to split this in 3, and I'm going to take this mini section right from the root and twirl it around my finger. Now I've got that perfect little curl and a much more defined root area, partially because it's not one huge section. Now it's important to note that the size of your curl pattern will affect the size of section you take. The tighter curls you have, the smaller of a section you want to take for a more defined curl. If you do have bigger waves, you want to take big sections to create those big clumps. And water is absolutely key. And that's definitely one of my best tips. That's what I like to do when I notice there is frizz. I, of course, as I always share on this channel, I like to style with a brush as well. That's how I define everything else. Now this is a styling brush, but even with the detangling brush, my curls were forming together after I brushed because they were smooth together. And keep in mind, this is all to be focused on when the hair is wet. And while we're here, before I dry my hair and finish it, the finishing is so important. We're gonna get to that. But I do wanna give you a really up close view of my hair. That way you can see what wet frizz is normal, because I think you might be too hard on yourself when it comes to your wet frizz. You know, this may not be something you want to see in straight styled hair, but in waves, curls, and coils, just natural texture, having some of those loose strands and that fuzz adds to that natural beauty. So stop looking right up here and overanalyzing and criticizing your wet frizz. Let's take a step back, dry the hair, and finish it to prevent more frizz from happening. I will be right back. All right, I'm back and I'm ready to finish this look, finish any frizz before it starts to fuzz, and oh my, almost finished this video. We are near the end. This is a really, really important step. This is where we finish the style. It's where you add the finishing touches, and this is where you prevent frizz from happening and lock any frizz that may be in its place. Now, if we don't do this, and for example, we step out into humidity, our hair may go crazy. Or on the other hand, your hair may be really nice and hydrated now, but if you step out into a very dry climate and you have, for example, a high porosity hair like me, or hair that is prone to dryness, all of that moisture that you have in your hair, look how supple these curls are. This moisture can evaporate out of the hair if we do not finish it and seal it in. Those fuzzed out ends, that can all be avoided and reduced with this final step. The quiz recommended that I use this oil from Kerastase. I'm trying to sound French. Kerastase body. Elixir Ultime. There's no accent aigu. This stuff. Look at this gold bottle. I feel like it's super fancy, and it definitely is. This is a luxury oil. I actually use it on special occasions when I am going out. It's not an overpowering fragrance at all. It's very luxurious. I don't know how else to describe it, but I feel fancy when I use this. You can see it is a nice thick serum, and I typically won't use more than 2 pumps because I find it is very rich. And notice I am applying it to my mids and ends, where my hair is blondest, where it is the most damaged, where it is the most dry, to seal in all of that moisture. But it also helps to lubricate and protect your strands to prevent breakage, as well as adding shine. And of course, not to mention, it does help to smooth frizz. The serum acts almost like a glue to just seal everything together. If there's anything that you should take from this video, there were a lot of tips in this video, but if there's anything you should take in this video, it is to step back. Do not be so hard on yourself for the little things that no one really sees but you. But all in all, in terms of the bigger issues like damage, dryness, and that improper product usage, the lack of not finishing your hair, all of those tips, hold on. Let me fluff before I continue. Whew. Much better. So I hope this video helped you identify your frizz, understand why it is the way that it is, and gave you some tips on how to solve it. I definitely encourage that you do check out the hair quiz on Sephora. It's really so easy. It takes 30 seconds and it really helps you narrow down what product you should be using for your hair. I myself am very happy with the products that the quiz recommended that I try. Also, if you head to the description box, you will see links to the products I have been using. I'll provide the link for the hair quiz so you can check it out right through there. And I'd love to know what the quiz recommends for you. So if you take it, comment below, what is your hair concern and what product did the quiz recommend for you? Or if you have any questions, you can also leave those in the comments below. While you're at it, request any videos you may be looking forward to. And then if you just go to the corner, hit the little thumbs up button, you might as well subscribe at this point if you're not already. And that way I will see you in the next video. This has been your main girl Mel, and I am out. Peace. Healthier, frizzier free. You don't want to know what time it is. Frizz freer. It's 2:07 a.m. Less frizz curls. You know what I mean. Why am I like this? What? So the intro is supposed to begin with my hair nice. Does my hair look nice? Hey, get close. Okay. If you look real close, there's still frizz. No. You wanna know why? Because my hair is curly. No. It's because it's curly. And that's that. I need to go. It's 2:12 a.m. and I haven't eaten. Hi. Let's get it started in here. Oh no, I'm gonna run out of space. Let's get it started in here. I have 2.5 minutes to get this. Let's get it started in here. Forget it. Bring it back now, y'all. This is real. This is me. Hi. I'm exactly how I'm supposed to be. Yeah. I am Frizzy. Curl on me. No. No. Lip gloss. No. Let's not do that. Let's not hold on to the hair. I can't stop singing. Now, if you're someone, I love you so much, and I'm so happy to have you in my life. Why did this just get really deep? Unless it's the bad frizz, the unhealthy frizz. It's too much. I can show you the world. Why am I like this? I have 14 seconds, 13, 12, 11. Oh, any last words, final words before this card dies? I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in today. Like, comment, and subscribe to me. I love you. Please. Ooh, bye.